Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another Nikki broadcast. Spoiler alert, this is not a game from the beginning to the end. This is actually a continuation of a game that I played with Halder. So this is only the end, so it's a smaller cast than you would expect. If you do want to see the beginning of that game, which was absolutely phenomenal, go to a previous episode. I will put the link below in the description, and also I'll try to add a link on the video itself. So go watch that video first and then come back here. You've been warned. Okay, so this was where we were left off last time. Again, go back and see the beginning of the match if you please. It was Halder's turn, and he had the potential of killing 1, 2, 3 units. I had killed 7 units, which had much higher value than my units, and I was in a good position simply because I've held these villages for a while now. So I had 4 villages extra, plus I've just captured this village here. Now, I also had some reinforcements streaming in from the left, and also some reinforcements on the right. So my income was quite all right. And as you can see, he only had 5 villages out of 16. The village situation was not that great for him. So he absolutely needed to get as many kills as possible. And this is what he did. 3 out of 3 here, 3 out of 5, and there goes my merman. 1, 2 out of 3, 2 out of 2 basically. Good hits. Well, 1, 2, 3 out of 3 here. So you see, he got a lot of kills. He got all the kills he needed. Got the spearman here, and the merman, and got the village. So at this point, I was a bit upset, to be honest, simply because I was expecting at least this spearman to survive. But of course, I was a bit lucky before in disposing of those clashes so efficiently. But then again, he was lucky before on this flank with the Drake fighter that basically single-handedly destroyed all my spearmen, or most of them. Anyway, so there's no point in blaming this on luck in either direction. But I was a bit sad because I was suddenly in a difficult situation. So it's 3 versus 3 on this side. However, I mean, 23, it's difficult for me to make any kills here. So the first thing I did, I went for this village. Why? Because it's a strategic village. It's the middle of everything. And Javelinia is really a difficult unit to attack. And it does retaliate a lot. So if you see around this village, everything is 40%. So perfect for retaliation. So that was a strategic decision. And I went for this. However, I did not get the hits needed. So had I gotten 1 more hit, then I would have been able to use the merman fighter and then the mage to basically dispose of this augur. But since I only hit once, I was kind of forced to rethink the whole strategy. So I went for the village instead, and I retreated with the mage, which we will see a bit later on. Okay, horseman, why? Because I am at an income advantage, and I can simply afford a horseman. Also, horseman is a quick reinforcement. It has 8 movement, right? Also, horseman is very good at exchanging blows with enemies. So he will die in the process, but he will also deal a lot of damage. So for example, if I decide to go for this augur, I can basically kill him in 1 blow a day, right? So it's very effective. Also, a horseman will die in the process. He will be surrounded by other units, definitely, and he will be killed, right? Now, moving forward, he destroys my merman. Moving forward, he manages to kill my merman, which again is very painful for me. So by this point, he's the one ahead, 3 kills ahead. Of course, I still held these villages for quite a long time. Therefore, it's not the end of the world. However, it's a bit frustrating at this point. Now, I'm not going to engage in a fight at second watch. I am going to instead threaten this enemy village, right? I am 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I am within reach of this village, right? Correct? So then I am going to push my units forward. I was going to I should have been a bit more courageous with this mage. However, I moved it first on the forest. I don't know why. And then I realized, wait, all these guys can't really reach me. So then I moved it forward a bit more. Again, horseman here to threaten these villages, and another horseman on this side to put a lot of pressure. Now, what he did is go for this level 2, and he got 3 out of 3 with the Saurian Oracle yet again, which was a bit frustrating, but you know, there's nothing you can do. These are magical units. They are supposed to hit a lot. Now, in the process, this ogre got pretty hurt. So, and I was lucky in the sense that, well, not lucky, but the Javelineer has a really high resistance to pierce. So this skirmisher would have done absolutely nothing to this Javelineer. So he was forced to go back and grab that village instead of basically doing nothing. Okay, Javelineer gets the kill. Spearman gets the village. And more villages taken everywhere. Horseman on the left-hand side. Mage on the right-hand side. And fencer reinforcements coming all the way. Now, he was definitely going to kill this Javelineer. It was only a matter of time. And he went with this Drake Fighter because he wanted to make sure he leveled the Drake Fighter, which is understandable, definitely. Now, with him being behind, right, and him moving all this clump of units on this side. So what he was trying to do, he was trying to basically free up the part on the left-hand side. I mean, he was trying to focus on cleaning up right-hand side, and then so he could go back to the left-hand side and do the cleanup here. So from this perspective was good play. Then the reason why he went with the Fire Drake here was because, I mean, the reason why he kept the Fire Drake at the end is because he wanted the experience into the Fire Drake, because these are useless as experience containers, and also because he wanted to make sure he killed that unit. Otherwise, his Fire Drake would have been exposed to a Spearman and the Horseman. So, and of course, grabbing villages back, it's always a plus. Now, considering how terrible the situation was on the right, I mean, I was already 8 kills behind. How terrible the situation was on the right-hand side, I decided that it's the time to take risks on the left-hand side. So I went for the Clasher, which was, you know, a kill, which alleviated some of the pressure. And also I managed to get the 3rd village on the left-hand side, which meant that the Drake was left with almost no income. Now here, I could have used the Horseman on this Augur, and it would have been a sure kill. As I said before, Horseman would have died in the process. However, he would have gotten the kill on the Augur, right? So from this perspective, it would have been absolutely fine. However, I had 50% chance to go on Halder, right? So 50% chance to have 2 hits on Halder, and that would have been 27 times 2, 54, and surely the mage would have gotten the kill. So I went for it, and of course I hit only once, and I was hit twice in the process. Now, this is not, I mean, you could say, oh, Neki, what did you do? Instead of basically getting a sure kill on the Augur, you instead sacrificed your Horseman for nothing. Well, it was not nothing. I mean, getting 1 shot here, it's still beneficial. I mean, if you think about it, 28 out of 63, that would mean 35 hit points. Healing 35 hit points takes ages. I mean, you can think about if we just say that, I'm going to put this leader on a village, and then I'm going to forget about it. Basically, he would have needed 4 turns to get 32 hit points. So he would have still needed 33 hit points more. So 4 turns to heal up your leader, that would never happen. So from this perspective, the leader's hit points is like a clock ticking down, and he has to be really careful with it. Basically, the leader can't just attack, recruit, do whatever it needs to do. He has to be really cautious. And of course, for the 10th time in a row, this mage has done absolutely nothing. He's like, oh guys, please do take me seriously. I am extremely serious. I'm super serial. Can deal a lot of damage. But he has done absolutely nothing. He has been going back and forth between this village for ages. Had I recruited the fencer, this would have been so much better. Anyway, there is the fencer that I was regretting for not recruiting. And at this point, I recruited 2 calves simply because I saw he was over-reliant on these augurs. And I thought, okay, calves, blade attack, they would have been absolutely excellent to deal with that. Now, in terms of what he did very well. He put the experience into the skirmisher and grabbed the village, and then decided to move over to the other side in order to kill the other side as well. Now, the beautiful thing about this is that he did not push his Drake Warrior forward because he did not want to expose it to two spearmen, right? But because he did not push his Drake Warrior forward, he didn't see this horseman. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He can't see the horseman, right? This Saurian Oracle, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 6, 6. He also can't see the horseman, so he can't really see my horseman. Of course, he's going to recruit, and I don't think he even fathoms that a horseman could be there, given my income. So I decided to actually go for it, simply because I had 3 slots, one of them a horseman. I went with the horseman first. The horseman deals 20 damage, but of course I wanted to put the experience into the spearman. So I needed 1 hit, which I got, which was absolutely excellent. And then I went with this spearman. I got the hit, made a level 2, and once he saw the javelinier, Harder conceded. So that was basically it, ladies and gentlemen. I was a bit lucky in the beginning. Perhaps he was also a bit lucky, I dare say, with the Elvish Fighter. Some people say it's not a balanced matchup. Some people say Loyalist has the advantage. Could be. I just want to say that Halder is a strong player. I really enjoyed this match. He's really calculated. And I do hope that next time I get to be the one playing Drake and he gets the one being Loyalist. I personally think that, I wouldn't say it's the most balanced matchup, but I would say compared to other matchups, it's not that bad, right? So it's, for example, Drake versus Undead. It's pretty sad. I mean, if it's a small map, it's pretty sad for Drake. If it's a large map, it's pretty sad for Undead. So I wouldn't say it's something of this sort, binary matchup 1 or 0. I would say it's quite interesting. Anyway, I hope you, ladies and gentlemen, liked it, and I shall see you next time.